welcome to my home. This is video number 22. I'm Jean. I live in Colorado, and we're going to say bye-bye loneliness for a little bit while we're here in our community and chat and collage. Now, if you were here for video number 21, I decided I would make a collage with you, and we did. We got started on moving images around on the background. And that collage card is one I'm going to send to Love for Our Elders they have a website, loveforourElders.org. I'm not affiliated with them at all, but it gives me motivation to make the collages and send to someone on their list. And it could be a fun thing for you to do with a friend, or if you have grandkids and that kind of thing. I just think it's great to try and connect with people any way we can. So here's what I came up with. I'm going to send this one to Bobby. He's a gentleman who was on the list, and I thought he would like this. It's a more manly one and simple. When I make the collages for these people who are in their late 80s and their 90s, I try not to be too surreal. Try and be a little more realistic. And here's the letter that I wrote for him. I even put one of my thumbnails there, and maybe their granddaughter or great-granddaughter or son can lead them to our video here and join us. I do need to sign. I always sign all my collages. So sign this one. You don't need to see the top of my head. And we can start on another one, because what I did was I did some kind of production work over the weekend. This is Monday, April, I don't know, 27th or something like that, 26. And got out a bunch of my freebie cards that come in the mail from organizations, and I put backgrounds on the front of them. I just sat there one evening, TV was on, my husband was watching Gold Rush or something like that. So I got a bunch of them with backgrounds that I got off of, mostly I think off of calendars. So it's really easy to get a background from a calendar that works well. So today we can use this one and put some images on it. And I have a very short poem I will read. April is Poetry Month anyway, but I thought that would be part of our chat too. So this one is called Say Everything. I hear you whispering there, ear-splitting twin engines split the sky blue, saying everything, saying nothing. Crickets chirp by the window. I hear you whispering there. Leaf blower, edger, mower slashes my breath, and sentences from my book, saying everything, saying nothing. Oh hawk, oh dove, oh meadowlark. I hear you whispering there. Into the song I sing to my cat. Oh, soft fur on my chest. Now, I did not know that I was reading an ode. It's like a love ode. But I wrote this in a poetry class I took last summer, and that's what my teacher told me it was. I just go by feel, you know. I just go by like whatever comes to me. I'll set that down on the coffee table, and we can get set up for, this is video number 22. I just say that again, just so I can keep track. And I have a bunch of images. I'm going to tilt the camera down so we can do this together. We move the images. Oh, I didn't have my microphone on. I have to see how that turns out. The microphone was on the workstation. Okay, so this one I will send to one of the women on the list. So I'll make it more, you know, how women like. Okay, tilt, time to tilt. And turn the tripod, move the table closer. Everything's wiggling, but you guys all have mercy for me. So we're all good. All right. Got our card. Put the envelope over here. Don't want to lose that. Put the card here. I got some buttons. And look at all these images I have. Probably too many. It's like, how am I gonna do this? Well, let's pick out images first to have some fun with. Teacup. I'm gonna move some out of the way and get to what's down on the bottom. I like that. And what is underneath all these? Put those to the side. Ah, the flowers. I thought, you know, the ladies, they like flowers. Someone gives them flowers, especially, that feels special. Here's the card we're using. Let's not lose track of that. And yeah, here we are. Okay. Okay. We have this bird, but that'll blend in too much. That's kind of, I don't know. This, no, that covers up too much of it. See how I'm going pretty quick? I just kind of look, yes, no, yes, no. Wine glasses, nah, nah, nah. This thing is interesting. This big bird, no, it takes up too much space. Maybe this kind of clock thing. There's another bird, a little bit too big. Here we go, here we go. Ah, cat. There is a woman on here. She has a dog named Gizmo and 2 cats. She didn't write down the name of her cats. A dog named Gizmo. So when I typed up the letter, I said, Gizmo is the best name ever. Nah, but here's a flower. Yeah. So when I do them for people, you know, on this list, I go through it a little quicker. You know, I'm not thinking too much about building a little world like I do when I make my regular collages. And I might put some buttons on this one. That'll be nice, because that'll be something you can feel and very tactile, since she had dogs and cats. Here's a goofy looking owl. I gotta like that owl. I'm gonna set that aside as a maybe. Oh, here is kind of a nice flower that has texture. I don't know why I feel that's important, but you know, if you know you just had surgery or you're having some tough luck in your life, just getting older, or had to move into, you know, an assisted living place or something like that, it's nice, you know, to have something different, something interesting. I have this cowl, you know, multicolor. I'll put that there as a maybe. Yeah. This. Maybe I'll put that inside. I might have to put something inside. So this is how I do it. My little community out there, feeling less lonely. I just go real quickety slickety. Cat, another cat. I'll put that there in case I need that for inside. Here's a goat. I think that's sweet. Put that there. And let's just see what we can do with those. Quickety, lickety, splickety. I have feather, and I will move this aside, and let's see what we can do. So what did we do this weekend? Oh, they had open studios. That's when artists open their studios. And it'll be like a whole town will do it. Let's see what I have inside here. Oh yeah, I think I'll put this inside. Yeah. Maybe off to the side so I still have room to write a little bit. And so we went to a glass blowing one. His guy just set up something in his garage about a year ago. And he was offering classes, and of course he had things to sell. And then we went to a place, you know, they had a brochure. We looked at the brochure, and there were like 6 people at this one location. And 3 years ago, someone had transformed a building into like an art community. I know. I can just put a little bit of those flowers in, maybe not all of them, because it was taking up too much space. And then that was great. You know, I just love that idea that people, you know, can all be working together, and maybe they'll take little coffee breaks and things like that. I like this. Red birds. Maybe the red bird and the cat can be down here. And the buttons. Let's get out some buttons. What about the goat? Have the goat in the tree. And yeah, we just looked at stuff, talked to people. It was good to get out and do that. We didn't buy anything because in this house we're at now, we do not have room for anything. There was a time in our life where we used to go up to the auction at the fairgrounds, and we were buying, you know, some antique things and antique rugs and stuff like that. But here in this house, we do not have a closet on the main level. So we wouldn't be able to have our vacuum cleaner anywhere handy. Because it would be sort of nice to have a rug right here under the coffee table. But I don't know, this house that we moved into in April of 2022, just different that way. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm just kind of picking out some colors of the buttons. And that'll be fun, something different. Here's one that's kind of turquoise. And I got this down at a place called Art Mart, just about a mile south of us. And they have all kinds of art stuff that's used. You know, I guess people bring it in, or they're not doing art anymore, or their mom's not doing art anymore, or whatever. All right, so I think we got a deal going here. So then I just sort of just move things around. So we'll have some buttons, maybe little red ones down here. And who knows who gets this? They might say, you know, what the heck is this? Buttons on this collage. But I can't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about what other people think. You're just making something fun and doing a nice thing. Now here's a cow. No, I think I like the bird, the red and the red, or is that too much red? I could put the cat now. I could put this kind of thing, because maybe that was too much. That's sort of an interesting globe sort of thing. And then of course there was this, no, that's too many birds. See, I don't like to put more than one type of animal in. That's just me. That's just kind of, don't want to overdo on the animals too much. I kind of like that. And when I do the collages, and I know I'm going to specifically send them to someone in their late 80s or 90s, I try and keep it semi-realistic, you know, because they're, you know, I don't want them saying, what's this? I don't know if they would say that or not, but I'm just trying to keep my audience in mind. The person who's going to receive this, I want it to be a pleasant experience for them. So what did I have here before? Did I have this? Oh, I had that globe. Yeah, I think the globe is better. I think we're going to go with that. And I'm going to put some of them down, since we're using buttons, and that's a new thing that we haven't done before. So after we got done with looking at the, going to a couple of those open studios, we went to a place called Prospect, a neighborhood called Prospect, and they got a lot of like press when they first developed it, because it's like a live work area. They have single family houses and condos. They have restaurants and, you know, little shops and things. And they were so smart that they planted trees all along the sidewalks. So if you go in there in the summer, it's really shady and nice and cool. So we went there to a place called Cave Girl Coffee Shop. And they have a lot of things that are gluten-free for people who need to stay away from gluten. And, you know, they had some sandwiches, and I got the breakfast thing, even though it was in the afternoon, but it was egg, and I got like, came with a half of an avocado, and good bread. And what else? Oh, bacon. I had like bacon. It was just perfect. And had nice presentation too, you know. So I'm going to finish this up and show it to you on video number 23, because this is video number 22. And tilt up the camera. Turn this, tilt this. Hopefully the microphone was working when I didn't have it on. So I'll work on this one. I can't show it to you now because it'll all fall off. And I thought, I feel a little less lonely. I'm glad that we're all here together and chatting and what did you do over the weekend and all that kind of thing, and read my little poem. So I'll see you all next time at video number 23. I think I've said that a million times already. And thank you. Thank you for coming. Bye. Bye.